Hey everyone, I am Jen with the Healing Collective, and I am here to talk to you about an upcoming training that Stacy Surratt and I are going to be offering called Healing Generational Trauma. So, Healing Generational Trauma is a workshop where we take a deep dive into complex PTSD. So, not just trauma that happened to me, like a big event, like a car accident or a sexual assault, but trauma that has happened to me over time. This shows up as family of origin trauma, emotional neglect in my family of origin system, childhood bullying, all of the things that we sometimes call little t traumas that reoccur over a time and really affect a person in their behaviors, in their relationships, in the way that they view themselves. Complex PTSD doesn't just come from nowhere. It stems from generational trauma. So we're also going to look at what is generational trauma? How does trauma become generational? And we're going to offer a tool called a genogram, which is essentially a family tree. However, we're going to use it very specifically. We are going to take a look at specific categories that tend to trickle down through the generations as a result of trauma, and also that cause the complex PTSD type trauma that we're going to talk about. The genogram is a tool that we at the Healing Collective use with every single client that comes through our doors. We have found it to be immensely helpful in supporting clients in validating their experience, in understanding where did I come from and how did I get to be here? Why do I do what I do? Because I do to me what was done to me. We explore themes such as what did I need and I never got. Even though my parents were amazing and they loved me and they did the best they could, I still had needs that weren't met, which is traumatic. And a bunch of other things that go along with the genogram. So we'll talk a lot about how we use the genogram in our practice with clients. What are the specific things that we look for, that we make sure are on there, that we ask as we do it. We're also going to take a look at transference and what happens when I'm sitting in front of somebody who's telling me their trauma story, who's talking about things that happened growing up, things that happened to their grandmother when their grandmother was growing up. And part of that touches a piece of my backstory that maybe I've worked on, maybe I haven't worked on, maybe I still need to work on, but their core wounding is triggering my core wounding. There are ways that we can work with transference and countertransference safely and effectively through disclosure, attunement, co-regulation, and the therapeutic relationship. And we'll also talk about when it might be time to seek supervision and to seek my own therapy to deal with what's coming up for me in my session because of my own generational trauma. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We would love to have you there. And feel free to scroll down, I believe, to the bottom of this page or somewhere up top. There should be links to register if you'd like to register. So hopefully see you there.